talk about the Studebaker. Me and Bill took this to the car show the other day, and we had a ball. I noticed on the way back, when I would get on it, what I mean by get on it is romp down on it, it would sputter. I could feel it. I also felt like there was a vibration somewhere. So we came home, took the carburetor apart. In the carburetor, there's a couple of jets right in the front top of the Edelbrock carburetor, and there's a plunger that goes down when you stomp on the gas, and it pumps gas up and squirts it out those two jets down into the primaries, or the front part of the carburetor. That was completely stopped up so that nothing could pass through there. So that would have been enough to cause that problem. There were a few other places in the carburetor that were dirty and stopped up, and what I do is I get a little tiny piece of welding wire, and if I got a hole that I can't get the squirt carburetor cleaner to blow through, I'll run the wire in there, then I'll try the carburetor, and sometimes carburetor cleaner, and sometimes I'll try air pressure from an air compressor to make sure I get those blowing out so things are flowing through. I got all that back together, put it all back together. It runs great. We took it out and romped around on it. Runs great. We have another car show day after tomorrow over in Lounsville, and it's a good one. However, also that same day, there's some friends that are having a big family reunion, and they've asked me to be the videographer for them, and they want me to come and just basically film them telling stories about the family and have those on record, which is a kind of cool thing. So I'm going to try to do both. I'm going to try to go to the car show in the morning and then hop over to the family reunion about lunch, and then be there after lunch and let them tell their stories. Now then there's a third thing that's come up. Kevin Thompson, the guy that owns that beautiful white Cutlass with the 455 in it, well, he's had some nice young lady has asked him to let that be her wedding limousine and to take her to her wedding and from her wedding in that car. He's having some electrical problems, and he's running the original distributor and ignition with Mallory ignition and all this stuff, which something is not working, and it's either not running or it's not running right. And so I suggested he put a regular nowadays for $50 or so, you can go on eBay and buy a distributor that you can drop right in there. It's cheap, Chinese made, billet, plastic, but it works, and it eliminates generally all of the ignition problems that you're going to have. So I suggested he buy one of those, and it's supposed to get to him Friday. And I said, when you get that, you call me. I'll come over and I'll drop it in for you, and we'll get that running. If that works that way, then I'll still be clear to go to the car show in the morning Saturday and then do the family reunion. If it doesn't get there until like late Friday, then he may wind up having it Saturday morning. I may have to skip the car show and go over there. So I'm hoping I get to do the car show, but at the same time, Kevin gets the priority because someone's getting married and it's a big deal. So having said all that, today I'm just going to clean this one up. I gassed it up this morning. I do run non-ethanol gas, although, of all my old motors, this is probably the one that would be most likely to run ethanol gas and be okay, because it's got the Corvette LT1 engine with the what do you call these heads? There's a name for these aluminum heads, but it does still have a carburetor. So for my money's worth, I go ahead and run the non-ethanol gas in it. And all I'm going to do right now is just wash it. I'm going to wash it and clean it up. And me and Bill will take this to the car show again, unless something else comes up on Saturday. So with that said, I'm just going to set y'all over here, get the water hose out. We're just going to wash this baby. And you can watch. And I know that 63 Impala loves it when I do things like cut the grass or wash a car or make a video out of it, but because everything he's doing is really important, and the stuff I do is just like washing cars. You're gonna make videos of washing cars. Oh, I'll make videos of washing my cars. You're gonna make videos of cutting grass? Really? You're gonna make a whole video with just you cutting grass? Yeah, we love to pick on each other a little bit, as long as it don't get too serious. Because he's had a lot of hardship, you know. He burned up a couple cars, crashed another one, had a barn fall in. You know, I feel like the old boy needs some tender, loving care, and he's too hard-headed and stubborn to get himself a wife. So, you know, I'm trying to be nice to him as much as I can. Okay. Alright, just going to let her sit. A lot of times when you wash a car in the hot sun, you want to get a rag out and wipe the water drops off. But it's not hot sun and it's not dusty. And, you know, in this kind of weather, a lot of times the water drops won't even cause a problem. Because there's not pollen in the air and dirt and dust in the air. And the sun isn't, you know, quickly running around to... weather was about like this and I just left it. I had a guy ask me about this car being out in the rain. We drove it over the car show the other day and it was raining. He said, can you drive that in the rain? I said, of course I can. He said, don't the rainwater hurt it? And, nope. It's always been, I've always driven it in the rain. So did Mike when he built it, and we drive the rat rod in the rain too. Although I get a lot wetter when I drive that one in the rain. But yeah, squirt the water, squirt the engine with water hose. Yep, do that too. Dang, I say. All right. All right. I could use with a little cleaning up in here. That would be interesting. Oh, and I got me a couple lawnmowers I'm going to need to be working on this winter. Okay. So, I think this one's good. I'm going to let it sit, and then we'll come back to it later. Thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate you, whether you like it or not.